All right, get ready because today we are really diving deep
Oh, yeah.
into the untapped well.
Okay.
This thing is just chock full of insights about fitness and sports and, how those things impact your health.
Absolutely.
We're going way beyond the usual advice you hear everywhere else.
Definitely going deep.
And trying to pull out some of those really interesting nuggets.
Yeah, the stuff you don't hear every day.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
And it can really change the way you approach things.
Yeah, so let's start with fitness.
It's about training your body to efficiently use fat as fuel.
So how does that actually work?
Well,
I'm picturing like myself just kind of strolling on the treadmill,
Right.
having a chat.
yeah.
Is that really going to get me a result?
Well, you become a fat-burning machine.
Okay.
Instead of relying on that quick energy from sugar,
Right.
you're training your system to use those fat stores for energy.
So it's about endurance rather than intensity.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And the untapped well even gets into the science behind it.
Okay.
It improves something called your mitochondrial function.
Mitochondria.
Yeah.
Remind me what those are again.
Powerhouses of the cells,
Right.
responsible for converting food into energy.
Okay.
And zone 2 training
Yeah.
really targets those mitochondria.
So they get better at what they do.
Yeah, more efficient in using fat for energy.
Okay.
So that translates to better endurance,
Mm-hmm.
better cardiovascular health, and even increased fat burning,
Oh, wow.
even when you're not working out.
Okay, so it's working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Ah,
And speaking of working smarter,
yeah.
the untapped well also highlights eccentric exercise,
Okay.
which is often neglected.
Eccentric exercise.
What is that?
It's the lowering phase of a movement.
Okay.
We always focus on the lifting or the pushing,
Right.
but that controlled lowering is really important,
Huh.
especially for building strength and preventing injuries.
Can you give me an example? I'm not picturing it.
So think about like a bicep curl.
Okay.
You're focusing on lifting the way up,
Right.
but slowly lowering it back down.
Yeah.
That's eccentric exercise.
Okay.
It creates these tiny tears in the muscle fibers,
Oh.
which lead to more growth and strength gains.
So it's not just about the lift.
Sure.
It's about the lowering.
Exactly.
Mm.
And the same applies to like squats and push-ups.
Right.
Paying attention to that lowering can lead to better results and prevent injuries.
It's making me rethink my entire routine.
I rush through those lowering movements all the time.
It's a common mistake.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to work smarter now, not harder.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the untapped well goes even further with optimizing your fitness.
Okay.
It talks about something called neuromuscular training.
Okay.
It emphasizes that mind-muscle connection.
I've heard that term before,
Yeah.
but I'm not really sure what it means.
Well, think about it. Your brain and muscles are always communicating.
Okay.
Neuromuscular training strengthens that connection,
Mm-hmm.
improving your coordination balance and how you move.
Okay.
And it's not just for athletes. It's good for everyone.
Right. I can see that, especially as we get older.
Yeah.
But how do you train that mind-muscle connection?
So the untapped well suggests incorporating exercises that challenge your balance.
Mm-hmm.
Things like single leg stances,
Okay.
agility drills,
Got it.
or even just focusing on specific muscles during your workouts.
So you're really paying attention to how your body is moving and what
Mhm.
muscles you're using?
That's right.
Oh,
And that can translate to better performance
mm-hmm.
in sports or just in everyday life.
Yeah, just navigating life more gracefully.
Exactly.
I like that.
More stability.
You've given me a lot to think about
Good.
in terms of how I approach my workouts.
Mm,
The untapped well is really challenging the conventional wisdom about fitness.
absolutely.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah, there's more.
The untapped well goes even deeper
Mhm.
into sports science with insights that benefit everyone.
Right.
And that's good news for me
Why?
because I am definitely more of a weekend warrior than a pro athlete.
I hear ya.
So what kind of secrets are we going to get into next?
Well, one of the big ones is periodization,
Okay.
which is about structuring your training
Mm-hmm.
in cycles to avoid plateaus and burnout.
So it's like having a plan
That's right.
instead of just randomly going to the gym.
Exactly. The untapped well really emphasizes that.
Mm.
Having those periods of higher intensity followed by rest and recovery.
So working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To get the best results.
So besides periodization, what else does sports science have to say?
Well, sleep is really important.
Yeah,
It's not just about feeling rested.
right.
It's when your muscles repair and rebuild.
Yeah.
And it's crucial for mental focus.
Okay, no arguments here.
Good.
I'm a big fan of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
What about nutrition, though?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Does the untapped well address that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It talks about nutrition timing,
Okay.
especially when it comes to post-workout recovery.
I've heard about that,
Yeah.
like refueling after a workout.
Right.
But what's the ideal timing?
So it emphasizes consuming both protein and carbs
Okay.
after exercise.
Why is that?
Well, your muscles are depleted after a workout.
Right.
They need those nutrients to rebuild.
Okay.
And there's research showing that consuming those right after exercise
Yeah.
helps optimize muscle protein synthesis.
So they build back up better.
It's exactly leading to more muscle growth.
Okay, so you're giving your muscles what they need at the right time.
That's right.
That makes sense.
It's like refueling your car.
Okay, what else is in this treasure trove of sports science?
So another thing it delves into is biomechanics,
Okay.
which is the science of how your body moves.
All right, and how is that relevant for me?
Well, even if you're not a pro athlete,
Yeah.
understanding the basics can help you move better
Okay.
and prevent injuries.
Mm.
So the Untapped Well talks about how even small changes to your form
Yeah.
can have a big impact on your performance
Right.
and whether you get hurt.
So paying attention to proper technique is important.
Absolutely, even if you're just a casual exerciser.
So I shouldn't just be flailing around.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
You want to be efficient with your movements.
So what else?
And then the Untapped Well also has a section on the mental side of things,
Okay.
exploring techniques like visualization
Uh-huh.
and mindfulness.
I am really interested in those mental techniques.
Yeah.
How can they actually help?
It argues that your mindset plays a huge role in what your body can do.
Okay.
So, for example, visualization can help you rehearse
Right.
a movement or a performance,
Mm-hmm.
improving your coordination and confidence.
Okay.
And mindfulness
Yeah.
helps you stay present,
Right.
reducing anxiety
Mm.
and enhancing your performance.
So you're training your mind and your body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And these techniques are useful outside of sports, too.
Yeah, I can see that.
They can help you in any area of life.
Right, where you want to perform better.
Yeah, and manage stress.
It seems like the Untapped Well is really pushing this holistic approach to fitness and health,
Absolutely.
looking at both the mental and
It's
physical,
connected.
and we're just getting started.
Right, we're moving on.
The Untapped Well goes beyond the gym
Mm-hmm.
to explore movement in everyday life.
Yeah,
And some really surprising health insights.
things you wouldn't expect.
I can't wait to uncover those gems.
It's gonna be good. I think this deep dive is gonna completely change how I think about fitness and health.
I think so too.
I'm excited to see what else we discover.
Me too.
All right, so I'm ready to move beyond the gym now
Okay.
and explore how all this everyday movement can impact our health. The Untapped Well really gets into this, right?
It talks about something called NEAT.
Neat, yeah.
What is that?
Non-exercise activity thermogenesis.
Okay, break it down for me.
So basically,
Yeah.
it's all the energy you expend outside of your workouts.
Okay.
Walking to work,
Right.
taking the stairs,
Uh-huh.
even fidgeting at your desk.
So like incidental activities.
Exactly, things we don't even think of as exercise.
Right, right.
But the Untapped Well says it can actually play a big role
Mm.
in your overall energy expenditure and even your metabolism.
I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
Those little movements could really matter.
Mm-hmm.
So should we all just be like more fidgety and restless all day long? Well, not necessarily constantly on the move,
Okay.
but be mindful of opportunities to move more.
Okay.
Maybe take a walking break every hour.
Right.
Stand up when you're on the phone.
Right.
Park further away from where you're going.
Just get those extra steps in.
Exactly.
So it's those small changes
Yeah.
that can really add up.
And the Untapped Well takes it a step further
Okay.
with something called micro movements.
Micro movements.
Yeah.
What are those?
Short bursts of activity
Okay.
throughout your day.
Give me some examples.
So like doing a few squats
Uh-huh.
while you wait for your coffee
Okay.
or some stretches at your desk.
Got it.
Just finding those little moments to move your body,
Yeah.
even for a minute or two.
I like that.
Yeah,
I'm always looking for ways to sneak in more movement,
right.
especially with a desk job.
Exactly.
What are the benefits of these micro movements?
So they can improve your circulation,
Okay.
reduce stiffness,
Mm-hmm.
and even boost your mood and focus.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's all about breaking up those long periods of sitting
Right.
and getting your blood flowing.
So it's not just physical, it's mental too.
Exactly.
Okay.
And speaking of feeling good in your body,
Yeah.
the Untapped Well also talks about posture and ergonomics.
Oh, posture.
Yeah.
Something I'm always working on.
It's easy to overlook,
Right.
but good posture is crucial
Yeah.
for preventing pain.
Especially back pain, right?
Oh, yeah.
So common these days.
And the Untapped Well really emphasizes having a proper workspace.
Oh, tell me about it. By the end of the day, my neck and shoulders are killing me.
It's a common problem.
Yeah.
And it stresses the importance of like
Yeah.
your chair, your desk height, your monitor position.
Right.
All those things can impact your posture.
It's not just about sitting up straight.
Yeah.
It's about the whole environment.
Exactly. And it goes beyond pain prevention.
Oh, really?
Good posture can actually improve your breathing
Huh.
and even your digestion.
I never thought about that.
When you slouch, you compress your diaphragm.
Right.
Makes it harder to breathe deeply.
Okay.
And over time, poor posture can affect your digestive system.
Wow. So posture is important for more than just looking good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about optimizing your health and well-being.
And speaking of well-being,
Yes,
the Untapped Well also talks about the power of nature.
it does.
I love being outdoors. It
Yeah.
just makes me feel more relaxed,
Right.
more centered.
And there's research to back that up.
Oh, really?
Studies show that spending time in nature reduces stress,
Mm-hmm.
improves mood,
Mm-hmm.
and even enhances your cognitive function.
Wow.
So it's not just a feeling.
Right. It's science.
And you don't need to go on some big retreat.
Okay.
Even short walks in the park
Right.
or having plants in your home
Yeah.
can make a difference.
That's good to know because I live in a city,
Yeah,
don't always have access to nature,
I hear you.
but I can definitely try to incorporate it more.
And another interesting point from the Untapped Well is the importance of social connection
Oh.
for overall health.
So it's not just physical movement.
Yeah.
It's social interaction, too.
It argues that strong social connections are vital for our well-being,
I can see that.
both physically and mentally.
Right. We are social creatures.
Mm-hmm.
But what does the research actually say?
So studies have shown
Yeah.
that people with strong social ties
Uh-huh.
tend to live longer
Whoa.
and have a lower risk of chronic diseases,
Really? Like what?
like heart disease, stroke, depression.
So it's not just about working out and eating right.
Right.
It's about spending time with people.
Yeah, find those activities
Yeah.
that let you connect with others.
This is making me rethink my priorities.
Yeah.
I focus so much on workouts and diet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to pay more attention to my social life, too.
It's all about balance.
Yeah.
The Untapped Well reminds us that health is multifaceted.
Yeah.
It's not just physical fitness.
It's mental well-being.
Mhm.
It's social connection, our connection to nature.
That's right.
Okay, speaking of unexpected connections,
Yeah.
the Untapped Well also has some surprising health insights
It does.
that go beyond the usual advice.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hear about those.
Get ready to challenge some assumptions.
Okay, let's get into those surprising health insights.
Right.
What does the Untapped Well have for us?
Well, one of the most fascinating is the gut-brain connection.
Okay.
Turns out what's going on in your gut
Mm-hmm.
can really impact your mental and emotional well-being.
I've heard about that,
Yeah.
but I've always been kind of skeptical.
Right.
How can my gut be affecting my brain?
It might sound strange,
Yeah.
but the research is really interesting.
Okay.
The Untapped Well explains that the bacteria in our gut,
Right.
trillions of them,
Yeah.
they're called the microbiome,
Okay.
and they're in constant communication with our brains.
Really?
They actually produce neurotransmitters.
Huh.
You know, those chemical messengers that influence our mood and sleep,
Right.
even our thinking.
So it's not just about digestion.
No.
It's about these bacteria
Yeah.
affecting our thoughts and feelings.
Exactly. And the Untapped Well even highlights some studies
Okay.
showing how imbalances in the gut microbiome
Yeah.
can lead to anxiety,
Mm.
depression, even more serious neurological conditions.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So what can we do to keep those gut bacteria happy?
Well, the Untapped Well says a diverse diet is key,
Okay.
rich in fiber,
Right.
prebiotics, and probiotics.
So like what kinds of foods?
Think fruits, vegetables,
Uh-huh.
whole grains,
Okay.
fermented foods like yogurt and sauerkraut.
Mm-hmm.
Those all help the good bacteria thrive.
So you're feeding the good bugs.
Yeah, create a good balance in your gut.
Okay. And speaking of balance,
Yes,
the Untapped Well also talks about sunlight
it does.
and not just with vitamin D.
Right, it goes beyond that.
Okay. What else does it do?
So the Untapped Well points out that sunlight actually helps regulate our circadian rhythm.
Or what?
Circadian rhythm.
Oh.
It's like our internal clock
Right.
that governs our sleep-wake cycles.
Okay.
Getting enough sunlight, especially in the morning,
Yeah.
can help you sleep better,
Mm.
boost your mood, and even give you more energy.
That makes sense. I always feel better after being outside.
Right.
But what if you live somewhere where there isn't a lot of sunlight,
Good question.
like during the winter?
The Untapped Well suggests looking into light therapy,
Okay.
using a special lamp that mimics sunlight.
Interesting.
It can help regulate your sleep, even when it's dark outside.
So we've talked about gut health, sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm guessing the Untapped Well wants to talk about stress.
You guessed it.
And I have a feeling it's not going to be a pep talk.
No, it's pretty straightforward
Yeah.
about the impact of chronic stress
Right.
on our health.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
can really mess with your hormones,
Well,
weaken your immune system,
right.
even speed up aging.
I mean, we all know stress is bad,
Yeah.
but hearing it like that
Right.
is kind of scary.
So what can we do about it?
Yeah. What does the untapped well
Plus-
suggest?
But besides the usual stuff like exercise and meditation,
Yeah.
it encourages some more unusual techniques.
Okay, like what?
Breath work,
Okay.
cold exposure.
Cold exposure?
Yeah.
Like ice baths?
Right.
I don't know about that.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But the Untapped Well says there's research
Right.
that even short bursts of cold
Mm-hmm.
can activate something called the vagus nerve.
What does that do?
It helps regulate our stress response.
Okay.
And cold exposure can also release endorphins.
Right. Those feel-good chemicals.
Exactly.
So it's like shocking your system
Kinda.
to
Oh.
reduce stress?
Right. And you don't have to jump into an ice bath.
Okay, good.
Even a cold shower can help.
Right. I might be able to handle that.
Yeah.
So we've got gut health, sunlight, stress management.
Mhm.
Any other surprising insights?
Well, the Untapped Well ends with a reminder
Okay.
about regular checkups and screenings. It's easy
Yeah.
to put those off
Yeah.
for sure. But early detection is so important.
Absolutely.
It's the best way to prevent serious health problems.
True. I should be better about that.
It's easy to forget.
Yeah.
But the Untapped Well says that investing in our health now can really pay off later.
It's about being proactive.
Exactly.
This deep dive into the untapped well has been so eye-opening.
Yeah, there's so much in there.
We've uncovered so much about fitness, movement, and health.
It's all stuff you don't hear every day.
Right. It's really challenged my thinking.
For me, one of the biggest takeaways
Yeah.
is that we have more control over our health than we think.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about those little choices we make every day.
It all adds up.
The Untapped Well gave us the knowledge,
Right.
but now it's up to us to use it.
So true. Well, if this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, I
Yeah.
encourage you to check out the untapped well yourself.
There's so much to discover.
Who knows what other gems you might find?
Keep an open mind and stay curious.
That's great advice.
Never stop exploring.
Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey.
It's been fun.
And until next time, keep diving deep.